What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're talking about the new announcements and the new character, some new game modes finally coming to Dragon Champions, but this is such a big announcement I can't do it by myself, so please welcome to the channel, DBOfficial. How's it going, man?
Yeah, going pretty well, mate. How you been?
Doing pretty good. Excited to see some new stuff for Dragon Champions, finally.
Yeah, about time something else rolled out in this game. It was getting a little bit quiet for me, and I was a little concerned.
Yeah, it's been getting stale. A lot of players have been complaining about that, but they are starting to roll out new stuff here. So a big welcome change to that. We've also got some buffs and nerfs to characters. Pretty significant nerf to Nightiel as well. So we've got a lot to cover in this video, but also if you guys haven't yet, go check out DBOfficial's channel as well. We actually just finished rolling a video talking about some leaks about some Galactic Legend requirements coming for the characters there in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So go check out his channel to go see that video as well. So let's start off with the tower change, and there's going to be two different modes for it, normal and hard, and every time you restart it, you can choose which difficulty you want to complete that time. There's a lot of stuff to break down here with the tower. What do you think about this new tower mode?
I was kind of hoping we'd get something like this. I've wanted something similar in other games that we shall not mention here, but the tower mode, I figured out the algorithm a while back, and it was still a little bit tough once you started to round your roster out. So I'm happy that normal is going to be easier for those newer players, and hard mode is going to bring that challenge to us. The only thing I'm not too keen on is obviously they've reduced the rewards for the normal mode.
Yes. Yeah, they're kind of nerfing it, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they are reducing the difficulty of it, so I get why they're nerfing the rewards a little bit there. But at least they're going to be increasing the rewards we're going to get through the hard mode of the tower.
Yeah, I'm just curious what those will be. Hopefully lots and lots of blue mats. That's usually what I'm in need of.
Yeah, blue mats, definitely. The blue scrolls, a lot of people are short on those. We seem to get a lot of green scrolls. We don't need many purple scrolls, but we just can't keep up with the requirement of blue ability scrolls. So moving on to the next thing, we've got some changes to tournaments coming here. Rewards for the green, blue, and purple places have been increased. That's your placement within the tournament. And they are also changing it so that you can only buy additional attempts twice per tournament instead of 5. So making it a not so much pay to win. They're kind of nerfing that a bit, and they're also increasing the rewards. Kind of a welcome change.
Yeah, I mean, it is a welcome change. There are a lot of tournaments, I find. I don't always have time to push through these. A lot of the time, I'll throw in 2 or 3 fights and I'll be done with it. But the fact they're going to increase the rewards, make it a little less pay to win pressure, I'm for that. Yeah,
because you and I were both talking before we started recording. I mean, we just don't really do tournaments that much. There's just so many of them. We get like one every single day we have to compete in. Yeah. I feel like we could do a whole nother video about things we'd like to see improve with Dragon Champions, and tournaments would take up like half that video.
Yeah, because you could put so much effort into a tournament, and then what you get back in return, you're kind of like, really? Is that it? Because to place high in these tournaments is a lot of work these days. You've got a lot of competitive players, and the top ranks tend to have like hundreds of battles on them, and it's not something I can personally find the time to do every single day. So
moving on, we've got room farming changes. There's going to be a whole new campaign for farming runes. It is significantly easier than Invasion of Demons, which is fantastic news. There will be expeditions for the 3-star runes that will take place every day instead of 3-day intervals. And they will have 3 attempts instead of 6, and they've also reduced the difficulty of those expedition missions, at least the first 6 battles, by 10 levels. So, what do you think about this?
I'm actually for this because the gear crunch is real in this game. It's not like you need 50 pieces of gear. You often need 50 of this one, 50 of that, 50 of that to make one piece, and multiple characters will need it. So I'm often not able to farm runes. As a result, I'm always working on something else. So a separate energy, a separate campaign, that's actually very welcome. Then
also the tournaments for the epic 4-star runes, those have been significantly reworked. They now last for 2 days instead of 3 days, and now a maximum of 200 participants instead of 300. This is something we've been talking about with the devs, where these rune tournaments, there's just too many players in one single bracket. It's really spreading out the rewards. A lot of players just aren't getting those high-end runes. So see them narrow down that bracket. That's going to be great for people who are trying to compete in these tournaments but just not getting up there. So hopefully we'll be able to see more players get those 3 and 4 star runes because of this.
Yeah, I agree. There's so many people taking part in those tournaments. They're absolutely packed. A lot of competitive players, and a lot of times these boxes, they're not even given the kind of runes you were hoping for in the first place. So you put in a ton of work and you don't get what you even need.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to see they're gonna reduce the participants, spread out a little bit more, and allow more people to get something potentially good.
Yeah. And then the final big thing about runes, there's going to be a rune shop within the game. Available players level 35 and higher. There, you can purchase 3 and 4 star runes for gold. So, big welcome news there. That's actually what got me the most excited. Was now, if you're someone who doesn't really care about the tournaments or gets burnt out with tournaments, you can still get those 3 and 4 star runes pretty easily now, as long as you have the gold to back it up.
Yeah, that's good news for both of us, considering we don't really like tournaments.
Yeah, that was, when I saw that, I was very excited, because, man, I know I'm falling behind because of the runes, and I just can't bring myself to compete in the tournaments for those runes.
Same problem I'm having as well. Arena's getting a lot tougher. Everyone's placing better in those tournaments than me. I don't have the time. And most creators, as you know, we don't have a lot of free time to do a lot of gaming off of a camera, because we're always trying to make new videos. And so the ability to be able to just go to a store, flick through, and buy a decent rune that I know I need, not have to gamble and hope I get a good drop, is actually very welcome.
Yeah. And then here we go. The new character coming to the game. A new panda named Lake. It is an order panda character, fighter, mage, and also has a leadership ability. This character looks like it's going to have some nice synergy with Ember. And we've got the Ember Legendary event returning here in a few days. So what Lake brings to the table here is there is the vaunted tenacity decrease with his basic ability, which I don't think we have any characters in the game who can do tenacity decrease right now.
I don't recall any off the top of my head, to be honest. So I would say you're probably right there. Yeah,
this is actually a big deal, especially if you're still trying to get those raid solo teams together. With the tenacity decrease, which is minus 30%, it pretty much negates the tenacity boost that the raid bosses got to compete or to help counter the soloing teams.
Yeah, it feels like a raid character.
Yeah.
Very, very clearly from as soon as you see that, really.
Yeah, as soon as I saw the tenacity decrease, I was like, oh, I know exactly what to do with that. Like, with being so used to tenacity down and how it breaks the raids in the other game that shall not be mentioned. Yeah, as soon as I was like, oh, perfect. This is exactly what people who are trying to get those solo teams together, this is exactly something that they're going to be needing. Because now you don't have to stack up that potency so high. So now for someone like Robin Bad, you can go for more crit chance on him instead of having to stack up so much potency.
Yeah, that's something that was bugging me. As soon as they increased the tenacity, and I was like, I've got to rework my characters now and get that potency number above that threshold again. And it was making the characters worse as a result. I didn't have the damage output. I might not have had enough armor to that character to keep survivable. This would fix that problem.
So yeah, tenacity decrease with his basic, big deal there. Then you get to his special ability, Refreshing Stream. Deals 200% of magic damage, removes burning stacks from them, and a 50% bonus damage for each burning stack removed from that enemy, and a 50% chance to inflict potency decrease for 2 turns. Right away, this gives you an idea that Ember and Lake are going to go together really well here.
Yeah, I mean that's something that'd be very welcome. I think they've been fleshing out the Panda team. We had Hilda come in a little while ago as well, and it looks like they're trying to give us 2 full squads. There's still something missing for me, but this looks like a good step in the right direction. I don't actually have Ember yet. I'm really excited to get her soon though.
Oh man, you're gonna love Ember. She's so nasty.
Yeah, she got so many uses as well. I see her plugged into some of the meta teams, and
she goes hand in hand with a Solius lead team. So
which I'm running.
Yeah, magic damage, and his lead also goes bonus potency to pandas. So she works great under that Solius lead. Another character that could possibly work here is Amara the Goblin, who throws out burning as well.
Another character I still yet to actually get.
I think mine is level 2.
Oh, right. So not something you're actually using yet.
No, I haven't used her, but now I'm probably gonna have to use this because yeah, she and Ember throw out a lot of burning. So if they can stack up burning, and I mean, it seems to be a pretty short cooldown for his refreshing stream ability as well. Initial cooldown of 1 and a 3-turn cooldown after that. Yeah, he could throw that out a lot and just do a ton of damage with it. So we'll see what that does.
Yeah, that'd be some serious stacks right there for that magic damage.
Yeah. And then Water Off a Duck's Back is his third ability, 4-turn cooldown, initial and overall. Late gains accuracy increase and debuff immunity for 2 turns, recovers 30% health, and if Ember is on the battlefield, both gain damage increase for 2 turns. Yeah, I mean, use Water Off a Duck's Back and give a nice little damage increase, and then have him follow up with Refreshing Stream after Ember throws out a bunch of burning stacks everywhere. Yeah. I mean, that's a pretty good recipe for some damage right there.
That sounds like a great turn order to me, and you get that nice accuracy increase as well, because this game is really, really well known for just how much dodging there is. That would be handy.
Dodging. Dodging drives me nuts.
Drives me mad.
The devs say it's not broken. I am 100% certain it is broken.
So am I.
It has to be broken.
Yeah, like I'm in the middle of a battle, and I'll get dodged like 4 times in a row. I'm like, are you actually serious?
And I'm like, there's no way. No way. Oh, alright, so then his next ability, his passive ability is called Swift Water. If he does not take damage for a turn, he gains haste for 1 turn. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm really excited to use this guy.
Yeah, if the enemy's not smart enough to target them early, it's just gonna speed like up.
Yeah, if you don't have a team, if you're not finding a team that's heavy on AoE, you can make him go fast, you make him hit hard. I mean, yeah, he's got everything. He's got the recipe for some pretty good damage right now.
Yeah, some real potential in this kit.
Yeah. And then you get his leadership ability, which is really, really weird. Doctrine of Eternal Homes, all Panda allies gain 1,000 bonus penetration, and every time when a Panda ally counterattacks, recovers health by 100% of the damage dealt. Okay.
I wasn't too sure where this places myself, to be honest.
Yeah, we've got 2 pandas that can give out counterattack right now. Master Dao, Dao, the blind
Duo,
panda.
whatever his name is.
Oh yeah, Master Duo, that's it. Yeah, he can counterattack with himself, and then Rinshi,
who I don't have.
the panda that no one in the game has yet because she's not out yet. She can also give herself counterattack.
That's what I mean. This feels like part of a new panda team, really.
Yeah, this feels like something that we're waiting on. We're waiting on something else. If we got a panda team that could throw out counterattack on the whole team, I could see something here a little bit better. I mean, that 1,000 bonus penetration, that's pretty nice. But the whole like second part of his leadership ability just kind of feels like tacked on, and like we're waiting for something to come in. Yeah,
that seems like for unreleased content. It's like something else has to come to really make that click, make that viable as a leadership option over the likes of Patriarch Key.
Yeah, I think eventually we'll get something better here with him. But for now, this is more of like a wait and see. Don't really bother we're leveling up his leadership right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush to level that up at all. It wouldn't be my first choice panda leader.
Yeah. And then we get to all the fun stuff, all the ability changes, the buffs, the nerfs. The big thing here, we're not going to break down each one individually. Most of these changes are ones that they're kind of all lumped together in the same group, or leadership's not working properly, or bonuses not counting the character itself. So most of those are what these fixes are. There's one big nerf here that we have to talk about, and that is with Nightiel. With her passive ability, it now removes the buffs from an enemy at the end of her turn and not at the beginning. This is a pretty powerful change.
It is, because obviously those teams really rely a lot on control, and in order to have that control, you need those specific buffs removed at the start.
Yeah, and you can tell from the emoji count here on that post, people weren't exactly the happiest. It's a bunch of poop and thumb down emojis and clown emojis. So people aren't exactly the happiest with that one for sure.
Yeah, I've got some unhappy guys in my guild about that too.
Yeah, that's what I told the devs. I was like, man, that's going to be a hard one for your players to swallow, because that's a big nerf to like one of your top teams.
Exactly. It's a character that everybody has kind of felt we have to go and develop this character, and then they changed that part of a kit. It's like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Also, Freezard's Blizzard ability. This is something I've noticed since day one. His Blizzard ability that reduces turn meter. It doesn't remove 25%. It reduces like random amounts and never did the maximum value. So like when I was using him in phase 3, I'd notice he'd remove like 10% turn meter, while hard work's sitting at like 50%. I'm like, that's not right. That's not what it's supposed to be doing.
I'd seen some weird stuff. I'd been doing some testing in it was a phase 2 turn meter reduction team that I was working on a while ago, and Freezard seemed so inconsistent in it, and I was like, what's going on here?
I noticed that, and I was like, this just can't be right. And yeah, sure enough, it's reducing the maximum value of turn meter now, not so it's supposed to be working as intended. Guardian of the Sun, leadership ability for Soleus. He receives additional characters instead of other allies, so all the buffs were going on to him instead of the other characters on the team. We're also going to see that with Rantha, and I believe one other leadership as well. So the leaderships that get bonuses based on the races of the factions is now going to be spread out among the team like it's supposed to be, instead of focused on one character. Yeah, I mean, otherwise, it's mostly just making sure the characters count themselves into these racial bonuses, and that's something we've seen in Galaxy of Heroes, like, back in the day.
Yeah, lots of big misses like that.
Yeah, like, Clone Sergeant Phase 1, that was always one big thing, was when I was trying to figure out those clone teams in the raid at the beginning, I was like, well, does he count himself in that passive ability? Does he get that crit chance for himself? So they are tackling that here head on. They are supposed to be considering themselves in with these passive abilities, so that is being changed. So that's a pretty big welcome change as well.
Yeah, that's a nice improvement, because I've always factored it as that should be the case.
Yeah.
So the fact that hasn't been working that way, I'm glad that's being fixed.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this update. The new tower modes, the new stuff, changes with runes and the tournaments and stuff. Some nice welcome changes here. We'll see how some of these nerfs, especially in IDL, go over with the community. So fingers crossed on that. What do you think overall of this update?
It's not a terrible update. There's a few things I do like. Like I said, I'm happy with the changes to the rune system. Now I'm going to be able to farm that as well as the gear that I need. Just like we said, I'm not really happy about the Nightingale change. I've just finished developing her, and now I've lost part of her kit. I was like, excellent. Yeah. But overall, it's a decent update.
Yeah. This I think this is much. This is definitely some much needed changes for sure to the game.
Yeah, things have been too quiet, and this is a welcome step in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're a small dev team, but yeah, people were getting bored, and when people get bored, it's hard to keep them engaged with the game.
Yep.
All right, well, that is gonna wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for coming by, man.
Oh, you're welcome, man. It's great to work with you again.
It is. Yeah, guys, don't forget to go check out DB Official's channel. There'll be a link to it down below. But as always, guys, thank you for stopping by and watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.